1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's just really funny. I just got like this nice gentleman wanted to show me, wanted me to film him like straight up. That was really sweet. And he brought me inside of his property, and his wife was there. She just started asking me all these questions because obviously I'm walking around in the neighborhood speaking another language. Everyone's just like, what are you speaking? What is this? And I'm just like, it's English, I swear. And they're like, sounds like a Chinese. You're not from here, not from... It's so funny. Not many people speak English here, really. Especially in Siberia, especially like in Moscow and St. Petersburg, there's still some people who learn the language, who are able to speak, but not many at all people can speak languages out in the woods, out in regional Russia, because it's not something that's, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people feel like it's almost impossible for them to go overseas and live the life overseas and do all these different things, right? So they just don't do it. They just don't even register. They don't feel like there's no need for them, no reason for them to learn another language. And it's and in reality, if you have a simple kind of ordinary job and not much going on in your life, it is very hard and unlikely for you to go overseas and try that other life. Some people are luckier than others. If you have two people in the family that both earn very well, you know, it's more likely for them to like send their child, for example, on some overseas trip. Some are able to do it, some are not. I'm just trying to make it. There's just life. It's a different life. Some people are happy living this life. In all honesty, they're very, very connected to Russia. They're very, very connected to this life, and they do not want anything else. They do not feel like there's a need for anything else. It's like, you know, some people live in America, and America is such a massive, massive country that they feel like, why would I need to go anywhere else at all? Or, you know, some people, I've even heard people saying, why would I even want to like inquire and understand anything else? Like, my country is so huge and massive that I don't need to do anything else. Like, I'm happy here, I'm doing what I'm doing, and it is what it is. And like a lot of people in Russia have a similar sort of mindset that they're satisfied with what they have. In reality, this is beautiful. I don't believe I'm thinking this, but I would like, this is insane. Like, I would prefer living somewhere like this over living in the city, because although I'm very big on activities, like I love being able to go dancing. I love like Latin dancing, you know, in Brisbane, that's what I do. I love being able to go to theatre. I really want to go to theatre. It's ridiculous to play, but I'm like fitting that into my trip. I'm sort of more or less halfway through it. So I'm going to go to theatre, or like to museums, or to just like cultural stuff, seeing people, learning things, courses. But again, if you have electricity here, if you have the internet here, and people now have internet here, like my cousin does, why would you sort of, you know, when it's beautiful over here, so beautiful, you live in really nice conditions, like really inside of the house, it's very, very nice, very tidy. It's not like when I was growing up and visiting country houses, it was not quite like that at all. But the abilities back then were different. The accessibility of even, you know, all this stuff was different too, and everything was quite pricey, and everyone wasn't earning. And a lot of it to do with the way Russia as a country has been brought up, right? It was closed up as USSR. There used to be World War II here. A lot of men died, so a lot of women were like taking charge of everything, and just the psychology of the country and the mentality of the people, it's quite different to other countries that I've been at. But that is something that I really, really love. I love going to different countries and really understanding the people, understanding the way they live, seeing how they live. And even on this trip right now, I have been able to see so many different things that different people live differently, and They have different things available to them. They have different interests. They have different desires. They have different motivation. And I don't know, being here, sometimes you just don't have as much of a motivation to do things for some people. And others work hard and everything just happens for them. All right. How about I'll finish this little rant? I've been chatting for a while. I hope you have, I've shown you a bit of Russia. I've been doing vlogs, like obviously I won't do day by day like I do in Europe, but I still show you some stuff. I'll show you some food. In terms of vegan food, by the way, it's honestly more or less unheard of. Well, not unheard of, but it's very extremely uncommon, especially in Siberia, to have someone who's vegan or vegetarian. But even with that, I have been able to find food. I have been able to even find vegan cheese, soy milk, almond milk, oat milk, and just all the things. My cousin even found ice cream. She was so excited. We found vegan ice cream. She just really wanted to try it. It was soy ice cream. But it's really exciting for her and exciting for me to be able to share this with her without her, going to live where I'm living. Like, of course, it's not as popular as it is in Australia. Absolutely not. But it's nice to see the beginnings, the grassroots here. And definitely in St. Petersburg and Moscow, it's just much more popular and common because they're bigger cities. They have millions in the cities. And it's also closer to Europe, right? So there's a lot of traveling people that go in. But we actually have been able to find a vegetarian restaurant here, which was so cool for me. It was a tiny little thing, and they actually said that they're moving to another place, but it's a monopoly. There's only one place that does vegetarian food, but a lot of it was vegan, and you can just take out the dairy from the cooking, and they cook everything more or less from scratch or from the beginning right there and then, and it's really cool. It's really beautiful. I actually want to try and fly the drone here as well, but there's actually a lot of, I just noticed there's a lot of cables, a lot of poles here. So I'm gonna try and do that and see what can happen with it. Just give me a sec. Прохайте. Ничего. So that is basically how it has been over the last few days, over the last week in Russia. The city is very different to the country, obviously, and this country is not like most people in the country. Well, not many people in the country live like this, but quite a few do also. Well, some do. Some live differently, not as maybe well off in a way. I'm loving being here, but I'm also loving the life that I get to live in Australia. Let's leave it at that. I'll have plenty more to share with you in next videos and vlogs. Hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. Remember to stop counting calories, start counting hills. I went to the gym yesterday with my cousin, and I've been trying to do as much walking as I possibly can, or like do steps, at least stairs in the apartments, because I'm missing getting as much exercise as I'm used to. I'm missing having my bike and riding everywhere, but of course this is quite a different sort of conditions to ride a bike in. Anyway, this life is very interesting. You can experience all kinds of things in it, so just appreciate every moment that you get. Alright, have an amazing, beautiful time, you guys, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.